Hello, welcome to your daily dose of inspiration or whenever you find this. As promised, I'm going to flip a scroll that we've already created. I will link the original one below, OG to other side, however you feel which is which, so we can jump right in. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to do the flip in real time. Boop, boop, boop. And so here we go. If there's any shapes or symbols that are standing out to you, feel well to comment below, keep to oneself. Any interactions with the channel is appreciated. All right. Okay, so I feel like I'm in a... I don't know if I'm in like a contraption or a very... like... one of those... sorry. One of those things. I don't even know what they're called. When I was a kid, you would put them in water. They're like this, really these small things, and then you put them in water and they're... Okay, so that's a much nicer way of seeing it. Alice in Wonderland, when she takes one side of the mushroom and then she goes and grows like too big for the house, but she's not too big. It's just for that house where she was in. I'm also kind of getting spaceship vibes. I'm not going to lie. It is absolutely there, but I feel very happy. Very happy. I'm seeing like ballerina frogs. There's a happiness about it. But there's something in this void of unknown that makes me feel weary at first, but then I feel very happy. There's also a bridge. This feels like somebody from the afterlife or an energy from the afterlife, and it's a rope bridge. So the bottom is wood, or at least on the earthly side that I can see, but the handle, or where you would put your arms, is rope. It doesn't swing though. It doesn't swing with weather. I just heard, because I know that then you wouldn't want to cross, or you wouldn't want to meet me in the middle if there was weather and there was swinging. So there's some conditions that this angelic or afterlife presence is like trying to bring forward, or you do in your sleep state or in meditation or conscious past life regressions. Pick any of the words that feel good. And there's, maybe you've even built it over time. You've worked through... Okay, thank you. From the other side, Scrying, and I know this may or may not make sense, but in this moment, this is how it applies. You've worked through any sort of dangers, and while it might have been exhausting to create a stable rope bridge, you have actually done it. So wherever it is that you go in your mind, meditation, multiverse, interact with other energies and entities, you're now in a state where the recuperation, and you get to walk, like the work's been done, like one plank at a time. How there might even be like invisible wires to help it be stable, but it's a rope bridge. It's like it, but you've managed somehow to stabilize it, but without changing the aesthetics of it, because for whatever reason a rope bridge might mean something to you, and it feels nice. It's like something that looks one way, but structurally and engineering wise, it's very, very solid. You know, like if you see some of those architectures, you're like, how is that balancing on that? But it's quite sound. Sorry if I yammered on, but that's where I went. This is the meaning part in the middle. I'm seeing this like a lantern, like a lighthouse lantern, or the top of like a police car or something like that. Specifically that kind of lamp or lantern. And not necessarily talking about anything of an emergency. It's just something that, a lamp or a light that has the ability to turn. You also might be very good at smelling stuff right now, or your sense of smell is heightened. For somebody, you might be preggers. Spirit thrones. Yeah, see, there's somebody you're talking to in spirit. Angel, afterlife, ascended master even. So this is just reminding me there's like some sort of strength building for you to choose. For you to choose something. This wasn't about scaring you. It was about you formulating a choice and stabilizing the rope bridge to this space. I'm also seeing now like a parade where there would be a person or a car in a parade float. Service is coming through. You definitely are, no matter what you're doing, releasing any worries, qualms of, am I doing the right thing? Is this how it's supposed to look? You are doing an act of service. Maybe somebody needs to hear that, or just kind of, and we all get it, no matter if you've been doing it for a million years or 5 minutes, or you're practicing or learning, inviting others. It's like, it's nice to have a little help and allowing others to be of service to you, and to give you a pat on the back, you give them a pat on the back, or support each other. There's something about this, because it's like seeing a parade float. And if you can imagine, like, a person, this massive float, this massive float in this parade, but there's like one person in there doing all these contraptions, even though the expression of it is massive. And how is it so light? It's something about the materials. And there's something about, like, the shoulder pad and the extensions, retentions, and weight distribution. So this one person or this one group can carry all of this display. Does that make sense? I feel like it does. Hopefully I didn't butcher it, but no, I didn't. Because there's something in, like, that engineering, just like the rope bridge, that stabilizes over time to stabilize the structure, but there's still flexibility of vitality to have fun, to play, to work within the confines of having this costume on, but being very happy to have that costume on, because the happiness, the joy it's bringing to other people, even if some people, you don't like every float, or maybe you don't prefer every float in a parade, but you can still appreciate the effort. Okay. I feel very Ramy in this. Like, I just want to, like, cheer people on as I see, like, this parade going on. The choices, the effort and the work, and that I feel like it's these two butterfly frogs kind of. I don't know why they're in, like, and they're not butterfly frogs, forgive me, ballerina frogs, because it's like all of these, and I'm standing on the shoulders like cheerleaders. I'm also seeing a hamburger, there's food, there's like people dancing, there's people sitting and watching and observing, and there's also people from the spirit side watching and celebrating and adding to this. Did you want to come through, driver? Because you are driving something forward. It's like being the person in this float, in the parade, whether you're walking, driving, or it's being, like a tractor pulls the float along. You're very focused on what your service is. There's something about, it's so funny, haunted, because you're here and you were my haunted heart. There's been some contemplations between what I've gone through and may still meet again in the future. Even though my choice may be, say, of this or light, that doesn't make the darkness go away. I interact with it maybe it differently, or again, it's a little spooky still, but it doesn't scare me away from this. So there's definitely a decision along the way. But I got to acknowledge, as I'm getting ready to let you go here, that you are being of service and you're very focused. There's something about it's like no, give me a moment. In some areas you walk, in some areas you ride a bike, in some areas you drive a car, in other areas it's being pulled by a tractor, in other areas you trust the pilot as you're in the air. Do you see what I'm saying? All these different modes of how you may interact with spirit, being of service. They don't all have to be NASCAR. They also all don't need to be Robot Wars or... Okay, so, but at the end of the day, it's about walking your talk and talking your walk. But in this very peaceful way. but I'm also excited. Maybe I've never thought about peace as being excitable. Curious. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed your daily dose, your small scry for the day. I will put any links below to help the account grow. And you know the drill. I will also put the link to the OG, the original scry that this scroll came from, and or at the end. But either way, there's no pressure. I will see you again soon.